Hey everyone, welcome back to Tappin Out. I'm Tim.
I'm Mario.
Thanks for joining us for our Smackdown review today, as well as we're going to talk about NXT, AEW. And later this week, we're going to get into some draft stuff. You know, we've been watching some of the old drafts, seeing some of the egregious picks.
Yeah,
especially off screen.
Some bad picks.
Yeah, we'll kind of talk about that, and later this week, we'll have our official Tappin Out mock draft ready to go. Dude, it's draft season, man. I'm pumped.
NFL draft, WWE draft.
I know.
It gets much better than this.
It's gonna be awesome. Cannot wait. So yeah, want to jump in?
Let's do it. So we started off SmackDown, which this SmackDown in general was kind of strange in the sense that it was basically all matches. There was no backstage segments. There was really no promos. It was just straight matches, which I didn't really mind. Considering some of the participants that we got. We started off with Judgment Day versus LWO, and it's always good to see Damian Priest. Raw, SmackDown. I don't care where we see him, the street.
Yeah, I mean, where we see Damian is always good. Thank God for Damian Priest.
The match itself was a good match. When you have, Santos, Ray, Damian Priest,
Finn Balor, you're not going to get a bad match. And it was really good.
Yeah, it was a good match, and the results were good because Judgment Day got the win. Damian Priest got the pin on Santos. I guess, Judgment Day's having a little, alliance with the Bloodline, but also still, feuding with the Bloodline with the alliance against Kevin, Sammy, and Riddle. But they still have their little feud going on with the LWO too.
Yep, which I think almost has to end at Backlash, unless they're gonna do I've heard rumors of a hair versus mask match with Dom and Ray, which I guess they could push to SummerSlam, but. A match like that, you almost have to have at SummerSlam, like a hair versus mask, but... Yeah. I mean...
I'm just kind of sick.
Yeah, I like the way Santos Escobar into it, but...
I feel like the Ray Dom thing should have ended at WrestleMania with Dom winning, so I don't really, I don't understand, if they're going to keep prolonging this feud at this point. It seems like that's something that should have been settled at WrestleMania at this point.
Yeah, it seems like we don't really have feuds settled at WrestleMania. Quick aside, back in the day, it used to either be the feud settled at WrestleMania or it started at WrestleMania. Yeah. It wasn't the feud continues even though it's been going on for 6 months. Yeah. I think it makes it stale a little bit. I
agree.
And we're gonna get to that. But.
Yeah, you know what? I will say, at least we didn't get the Bloodline and Solo or Kevin, Sammy, and Riddle opening up the show for once. So I'll take that. I'd rather open up the show with Damian Priest.
I mean, that's mark it here. We will never complain if Damian Priest opens the show. Never.
So the next match was also another great duo.
Yeah. Oh yeah. A little bit of the Viking Raiders, who went up against Ricochet and Braun Strowman.
Which, this stemmed from the week before, the backstage segment where the Viking Raiders attacked Ricochet and Braun, which was awesome to see.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, I knew where this match was gonna, was gonna head to. There's no way that they're gonna have the Viking Raiders beat Ricochet and Braun, which I don't understand because Braun Strowman sucks. He's horrible. Yeah. And Ricochet hangs out with that lot too.
Yeah, so Ricochet's so out.
It was an okay match. It's not the Viking Raiders' fault. Braun Strowman had a couple botches that were hilarious.
When he went back out to the ring and he fell
through the ropes and almost fell onto the mat. And then he tried to toss Ricochet into, I forgot if it was Eric or Ivar, but completely whiffed. Yeah. And he just threw Ricochet on the ground. It's like a friendly fire move. I mean, Braun is a joke. Yeah. He's horrible.
That was ridiculous.
I'm just glad. I know we talked about this yet. I'm glad that they just relegated him to a tag team, mid-card tag team role.
I was so nervous when he came back. They were gonna shoot him in the main event or beat Gunther
or something. And he's horrible. Honestly, I was reading that they might be doing some roster cuts. He should be one of the first people in line that should be cut. because he's probably being paid a lot of money from name recognition, and he's been horrible. People are talking about people who's come back and have had like lackluster returns. Braun's one of them.
Yeah.
There's some other people like Bray and stuff, but at least Bray can come back from this, and I think he can, because we talked about it before. It's been horrible. It's been a horrible return for him. He feuded with LA Knight, which LA Knight
came out. LA Knight saved that feud.
Yep. And and then he got hurt, and we haven't seen him. And before he got hurt, he was doing those cringy promos, with Bobby Lashley, when they're supposed to have the match, and then he got hurt. So, but he's shown in the past that he can put on some of the best in-ring mic work.
Yeah. Segments and all that.
In ring a bit. Like, he's good in the ring. Strowman can't talk. He can't wrestle. It's just.
Yeah, he's the big guy.
And I don't appreciate the Viking Raiders.
No.
Being made to look like jokes. So they just we've been seeing them a little more recently, but they lose every match.
Yeah, it's like they should be building these guys up for a tag title run.
And you want a good heel tag team in the division. We got one right there for you, because there really aren't that many.
No, it's just them, the Usos, and...
Well, or is Los Lotharios considered a heel tag team?
Bring Los Lotharios back. I saw on Twitter Angel getting his roses the other day. Good.
Yeah.
Come on, let's get them back on. Also, just a quick side note. Samantha does a great job announcing the Viking Raiders.
Yep.
I don't know why, but when she said, pounds, she said it, in a very fun way, and it...
Like a combined 547 pounds.
Samantha once again rocking it, but what else is new? Just continues to rock it.
Well, so we went from Damian Priest, Finn, and the Viking Raiders to Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez against Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Another match where you exactly knew the outcome from this match. And you know what? So we've talked about it before. Sonya Deville has really moved up a lot.
Yeah, Sonya Deville's kind of been really dealing.
And I could actually mess with this tag team of Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green. I think it actually works.
I think they should keep them together. They kind of just put them together, but I think their characters work together. Put them together. Let them gel for 6 months or a year or so.
A lot better. Liv. I think we talked about it on the last show, but Liv Morgan is so cringy.
Yeah.
As especially when she's champion.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. She just
it's like she
does the corniest promos.
And the voice she uses in that laugh she does, it's horrible. And Patrick Star, Raquel Rodriguez she's a joke.
Yeah.
She's a joke.
Yeah. I don't get it.
This I don't understand why they even had this match, because you knew they weren't going to drop it.
Yeah.
And I don't understand. I would have rather than this match. I'd rather just had if this whole thing took 10 minutes, say, with entrances and match. I'd rather have just had a 10-minute LA Knight promo instead.
Which you have a Smackdown show. In theory, you should have guys like LA Knight, Drew McIntyre, Sheamus and the Brutes.
We don't get any of that.
None of them.
Nope.
None of them.
Even a little bit of Madcap Moss. He needs this win.
Madcap Moss. And then just... Where's LA Knight?
I know. How is this man not on TV every single week?
I don't get it.
It's if he doesn't win Money in the Bank, I don't know what his career is going to end up being.
Which I saw a video today of him at a live event, and the crowd was once again going wild for him. The crowd loves this guy.
I don't know why. They have such an issue with guys who, get themselves over because, I don't know if it's an ego thing because they're like, oh well, we didn't, we weren't involved in you getting over, just like they did with Zack Ryder, even like Heath Slater, he was in the company, he got himself over with, with the whole I got kids I got to feed, stuff like that. And the company hates that. They hate that stuff and they punish you for it.
Yeah.
If we're not the ones that got you over, then you're that's it. We're just gonna relegate you to live events. Or we're gonna cut you. I just don't. I don't understand. And I really hope that this isn't the case with LA Knight because
that'll be
the guy's a star already.
Yeah, he is.
And they're just not giving him the opportunity.
Yeah, he is. Like the megastar isn't just a cute nickname.
He is a megastar.
He's a megastar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And then after that, real quick, we had one backstage segment where Zelina Vega basically said, "I want to challenge for the Smackdown Women's title." So we'll get Zelina versus Rhea Ripley in a match that on a Backlash card I'm not really looking forward to. It's probably one of the 3 matches I'm like, okay, like this could be okay.
Yeah. I was actually gonna say I kind of want to mention that at the end of this.
Yep.
So while I want to look up the official Backlash card again. Do you want to get us into the next match?
Yep. So we got our Intercontinental Championship match. We get Gunther versus Xavier Woods, and I think we got to talk about last week that listen, Xavier's a popular guy, can work in the ring, but we all kind of knew where this was going, and I do like that they're starting to kind of treat the Intercontinental. Well, they have been, but now like they do like the entrance. Samantha does like the ring announcing while Gunther and Xavier Woods are in the ring, make it seem more important.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought it was a solid match, Gunther versus Xavier Woods. It was nothing, nothing special. I
mean, you knew where this match was gonna end up. I mean, if you have guys like Drew, Sheamus, even as much as I hate them, even like Braun Strowman, if they're not beating Gunther, sorry, Xavier Woods, you're not beating Gunther either.
Yeah.
I don't. To me, it was kind of random to give Xavier this even semi-quick little push. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's just like a filler thing in the meantime. I honestly thought that they were gonna maybe make this feud go on another week and then maybe just have a match at Backlash or something like that, because I don't think Gunther really has anything to do at Backlash.
No.
And you would think your second most prestigious title in the company would be defended on a premium live event, but apparently not. But yeah, no, the match was good. Xavier had a couple cool spots. He did that Swanton bomb over the ropes.
Oh yeah,
he did that. His leg drop. He got a lot of hate on it. It was cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I said, it was okay. I mean, I've seen better Gunther matches. But it was fine. Like I said, you just knew that what the result was going to be anyways. So
it was different. He choked him out, right? That's how he won.
Yeah, and then Gunther choked him out.
Now what I would hope, but I don't think it's possible yet, is a New Day versus Imperium feud. That would slap.
Yeah, if we could actually get Big E to come back. I know you read that he was, I don't think it's close yet. I also read that they haven't had any contact with him about him coming back also, so I don't know. There's kind of conflicting reports, I think, about it.
Yeah, so it'll be kind of...
So I don't know if he'd even be able to get that anytime soon. I would think that would be awesome. The New Day Imperium thing would be cool. That would be good. That would be like a good, see, I don't know if Big E would... I don't think Big E would even be back by SummerSlam, to be honest. But I was going to say, that would be a good SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Good SummerSlam match.
And I'll tell you, if you want someone with credibility to come take the title off of Gunther, that would be a hell of a story. That would be a hell of a story.
Yeah, Big E Gunther would be a fun match.
And you know what? Big E could conceivably win that match too.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I thought, overall, just a solid match.
Solid match.
We've seen better, but
like I said, I didn't mind this week of basically, except for the Zelina Vega thing, which I forgot, which
yeah.
But I didn't mind just all straight matches. Especially considering 3 out of the 5 matches had some good people in it. Actually, 4 out of 5, because I do like Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville.
Yeah, it was only the last match where I'm like.
So I'm gonna take this one because the main event was Solo and Riddle, and
don't forget they have no disqualification that they didn't use. They barely used.
When is enough? I mean, every week, twice a week, it's just Solo main eventing, Solo opening, some combination of Solo versus Riddle, Solo versus Sammy, Solo versus Kevin, Usos versus Kevin and Sammy, Usos. Jay versus Riddle, Jimmy versus like every week. It's just the same thing every week. And I know we talked about it when Amy was here too, and you guys were kind of like hemming and hawing. But now I think you guys are both kind of seeing my point of view on this.
Yeah,
it's getting very, very stale and very, very boring. So just tell me I was right.
Right, you're right.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to know.
That's
all I wanted to hear.
Especially from the bloodline part of it.
Yeah, it's.
And I think they're overexposing Solo Sikoa now. I think they're. I think that's how people liked him, and they're doing the same thing they do with Roman back in the day, where they're like,
they're shoving him down your throat like they did kill us with Roman.
Yep, and it's like, it's okay to let a guy get over naturally. It's okay to do that. And honestly, what's happening?
And honestly, like, I don't even mind Solo that much. Like, I mean, the guy's a good worker, you know, and we liked him. We liked him for a little bit, you know, until the whole, but it was, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, when you have to see him constantly, and you know he's going to win every match, and you know, and he gets involved in every match, and it's just like you said, it's just repetitive and it's boring. Yeah. And the whole bloodline thing, I'm sorry to say, right now, I'm not saying the storyline is boring, but right now it's boring. Yeah. We need Roman back. Yeah. You can't have a bloodline storyline without Roman, and we haven't seen Roman since what? We've seen him like once on. Did he make like any appearance backstage after WrestleMania?
No.
So, I mean, and
we are not seeing. There's no shot we see him at the draft. We might not see him again.
He has nothing on Backlash.
No, yeah, he's not sniffing Backlash.
He might not even maybe Crown Jewel, but
no, we'll definitely see him there for like the Night of Champions because.
Oh yeah, are they calling it Crown Jewel Night Champions or is it just Night Champions?
I think Crown Jewel Night Champions.
But even if he has, but who's he gonna face though?
Well, first of all, he has to face someone because
but if he's not on TV, he's not even. What's he gonna face? Riddle? Or no, he can't face Riddle, right? Isn't Riddle banned from? Is Riddle about to have another championship match? Wasn't that like last year they said he couldn't or something? He had that one match like random Smackdown.
Yeah, that's right. I think him and Lesnar can't challenge for the title.
Yeah, so what's he gonna face? Sammy or Kevin and another like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So which probably not because they're probably you know what, one of them might be free to be dropping the tag titles if they can't compete.
Well, they'll be there anyway.
At Night of yeah. So I have no idea. He's gonna face. He's not facing Cody because they're gonna save that for, you would think, SummerSlam.
Yeah.
But
will he face Seth? Bobby? Like,
yeah, it's just gonna be a filler. Yeah. It's gonna be a filler opponent. Yeah. But I mean, it's going back to this. It's horrible, and we actually dread having to even watch these matches at this point. Yeah. It's like we just want to turn this off early.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we're gonna see the same things again. Yep. Oh, Riddle and Solo. I wonder what's gonna happen.
I know, it's ridiculous.
Oh, you think the Usos are gonna come out and interfere? Mm-hmm. Wow. And guess what? They did.
It's freaking paint by numbers, dude. It's freaking paint by numbers.
And if Kevin and Sammy were actually in the building on Friday, they would have interfered too and came out and helped Riddle. Mm-hmm. And the end result would have been one of them would have come out on top, the other one would have been laying on the ground, and then the show would have ended. And then the only difference this time was there was no Kevin or Sammy there, so they just threw Riddle through a table and then the show ended.
Yeah.
So leading up to their match at Backlash, so a joke. An absolute joke.
And I know we talk about this a lot, and I know it probably gets a little memey and annoying, but in all seriousness, this shows how much they miss a Drew McIntyre. Someone who can main event a show and, you know, to have something different. A Sheamus, you know.
I mean, we went to Smackdown in Hartford back in like November.
Yeah, it was like right before War Games.
And that Smackdown was awesome. And we had a Kevin Owens came back. You know, we set up for the War Games match. Yeah. You know, we got Drew, we got Roman, we got the Brawling Bruce, we got the Usos. So
Sammy, yeah.
And it's just like how far SmackDown has fallen since now. We had great up until the last, I would say up until like a little bit before WrestleMania. I would say around like mid-March is when it started to really go down, and it's been going downhill since. I think overall, Raw's been almost unwatchable every week.
Yeah.
It's horrible, and we don't have to get into that. We talk about that enough, but Raw's been unwatchable. NXT's actually been very, very good.
Yep, which we'll get into in a little bit.
And honestly, between the 4 shows every week, right now, AEW, NXT, SmackDown, Raw for me right now.
Yeah, I would agree.
Either NXT, AEW, 1, 2, but SmackDown and Raw are definitely the bottom shows right now.
I agree 100%. The SmackDown was average, okay.
It was fine. Like I said, I actually didn't mind the wrestling. I actually thought it was different. But the main event. It seems like every week
I know
the main event just brings down the show.
Do you know what it was?
So lackluster.
I actually thought it was a really good show up until the main event.
Yeah.
Like, because
I mean, you get rid of the women's match, and you know what? Judgment Day, LWO, Ricochet, Braun, Viking Raiders, Gunther Woods. Like, I'm fine with that. You know.
And no blaming that goes to Sonya or Chelsea.
No, Raquel and Luger are just terrible. But overall, average show.
Yep.
Better than Raw still, yeah. But it's not like Raw's a really high bar to even really set. So it's not like it doesn't even really matter. So, but I think we talked enough about Smackdown.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you want to jump into some?
No, I want to go into the Backlash card real quick because I still have some more things I need to just talk about real quick. So because I did want to bring this up, I was talking a few weeks ago saying that, once again, I'm going to call you out on this, I said the Backlash card is going to be one of the worst cards of all time.
I disagree with you.
You were a little like, oh, you're being a little dramatic, blah, 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 blah. Because, you know, it's a pretty big accusation to say it's going to be the worst card of all time. So I can understand why you'd be like a little like, you know, and he's being dramatic. But looking at this card now...
Things were added.
Looking at this card now, I want somebody to try to find... And you could let us know, send us an email, leave a comment, something like that. If you could find a worse card for a premium live event than this one, I'm just gonna read off the card really quick, and just so if you don't know the full card yet, just listen to this and tell me this isn't one of the worst cards you've ever seen. So we have a triple threat match with Austin Theory, Bobby Lashley, and Bronson Reed. We have the random generated match of Seth freaking Rollins versus Omos.
Hold on. I could not believe when that match got announced. I was like, excuse me? They have not had any interaction.
I know.
Like, what are we doing here?
I know.
This is like a match we put in GM mode on, like a random Smackdown.
It's horrifying. I mean, this is just an embarrassment.
Yeah.
This is just an embarrassment. I mean, these creative writers get paid all this money to come up with this crap.
Seth versus Omos.
Literally, I don't think they've ever actually interacted with each other on TV.
No.
And then we have Rhea Ripley versus Zelina, which actually is whatever, but it's not like
and you
don't say it's two good workers, but yeah, Rhea's gonna win, and you know it's not like it's exciting. Once again, I mean, very little build up to that either. Cody and Brock, which is okay, you know, but I mean, once again, you know. The way Brock is at this point in his career, especially when it comes to matches, he just doesn't really care anymore. Yeah. So I don't think this match is going to be anything spectacular. It's not going to be Cody's fault.
Yeah, this seems to be a match that, if it's a 5-minute match, Cody wins, Cody looks strong, good. If they
have Cody lose, then...
We'll get into this when we do our Backlash predictions, but all I'm saying is if they have Cody lose, that's... feasible.
And then you have I'm assuming the main event, maybe not the main event, Cody Brock maybe the main event, I don't know which one it is yet, they haven't announced it, but Matt Riddle, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn versus the Bloodline, Solo, Jay and Jimmy.
So original.
So the thing we see twice a week, they're just putting it out to a premium live event, and instead of just having them wrestle one or two at a time, they're just putting all six together.
Do you know what the main event of Backlash was last year?
What was it?
Jimmy and Jay and Roman, the Bloodline, against Drew McIntyre and RK Bro, Riddle. So we've come such a long way. Except we've replaced Drew McIntyre with Kevin and Sammy.
And I don't know if they're going to be announcing any other matches to this card. God, I would hope so.
Probably. Well, we're going to get some kind of Judgment Day, LWO.
Yeah, I mean, Damian Bad Bunny, some combination.
I don't know. Are they going to do the 6-man tag where they do Ray, Santos, and Bad Bunny versus all 3 Judgment Day members?
Which, once again, I'm not going to complain about seeing Damian Priest, but it's just we see these matches on a weekly basis, and it's just, you know, I'm not saying every match on this card is going to be boring, but it's either random with crap people in it, or it's things we've seen a million times already. I am not looking forward to this at all. I mean, obviously we're going to watch it and we'll review it, and it's probably going to be a very negative review, but I just want to throw that out there, that when I said that this is one of the worst cards I've ever seen, I would like somebody just to see if they can find something worse. I'd be interested. There might be. Yeah. There definitely probably could be. I mean, to be fair, that Fastlane we watched wasn't great either.
No, it's not.
But I think this might even be worse. So, let's get into NXT real quick, and then we'll finish off with AEW.
All right, cool. So, we're not going to do as an in-depth review as we do with Smackdown, but we'll just kind of hit on some points that we really liked and things we thought were interesting.
I think the funniest moment of NXT for me was seeing my boy Odyssey Jones, because we never get to see him. I'm like, oh, cool.
Look at
Odyssey Jones match. I don't think I've ever seen him wrestle a match, or maybe like months and months ago. And he comes into the ring, then all of a sudden we just see him get like speared out of his boots.
Braun Breaker's spear is elite.
And Braun Breaker comes out and spears him. Like, what the heck? Like, it was so random, but it was awesome.
I love heel Braun Breaker. Dude, he's got that dog in him. I mean, that spear, that was an incredible spear.
It came out of nowhere. I was like, what the heck?
Oh, I love Braun Breaker. If he stays, if he goes up, we'll talk about that when we get into draft coverage. But just Braun's doing some of the best work right now.
And then we get Duke Hudson in the crowd, which Duke Hudson is becoming.
He's a guy.
He's a guy. He's been very good recently. My only issue with it was they had a solid promo, but I was hoping it's gonna be Duke Hudson against Braun at on Tuesday. But instead it's gonna be he's like, I don't know why they had Duke Hudson come out and be like, yeah, I'm putting Andre Chase in the match against you. That's something I was kind of like, wait, what?
Well, I like that Duke's not going to get steamrolled because Andre Chase has no chance against Braun.
As he should.
Yeah.
As he should.
It's going to be I could honestly see that being like one of those quick spear 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Yeah, because, I mean, and we'll talk about it at some point, maybe next week or probably the week after, but Spring Break-In card is loaded.
Yeah.
That's gonna be an awesome, an awesome show on Tuesday. But we also had Cora Jade, which I know I like Cora Jade a lot. I know you really like her. She's the NXT's been very good recently. The only issue I really have with NXT is the women's division is really not great, and I think Cora really elevates that division a lot.
I think so. Then you have Cora. Then you have that other tier of like Gigi Dolan, Indy Hartwell, and even JC Jane, and then kind of that
the real low tier. Just in our opinion, but Roxanne Perez, Starks,
Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah.
Oh, who's that other one? Valkyrie.
Or the one that dates Brooks Jensen.
Oh yeah, Keanu James. Fallon Henley's alright.
Yeah, Fallon Henley's alright.
Oh yeah, wait, that's good. I forgot that she marked that down.
Brooks Jensen.
The Brooks Jensen transformation is wild.
Him with like the ponytail.
Him like corporate
little dress shirt.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of like in Bar Rescue when John Tapper makes that bar go from like
corporate
to corporate.
Yeah, it was like corporate bar and grill or something like that.
Like he goes from the rednecks, he goes like some corporate like.
And off topic, but that was one of Taffer's worst transformations. I usually agree with all things that Taffer does and is.
Yeah.
But I get the pirate theme wasn't good either. But actually the pirate theme was probably better than the corporate theme. So.
Yeah, that was Big JT missed out on that one. But yeah, the women's division NXT, kind of adding that could add a little more pizzazz, a little more flair to it. Of course, shouts to Sol Ruka, always big Sol Ruka fan.
She does some cool stuff. We also had a Dijak win against Apollo.
Oh, you know what? And I love it. Both men were talking about the draft too.
Yeah.
Which, spoiler, we're going to even start draft coverage. I don't see either of them getting drafted. I kind of see them both needing more time in NXT. Maybe Apollo, but...
I mean, both guys have main roster experience. But...
Yeah. Especially Dijak needs to build himself up more.
But I do like... Excuse me. I do like this Dijak's character a lot.
Yeah.
And I think it has some very good... I'm not going to say... I don't think he's a main event heel, but a very solid, like, mid-card heel he could be.
Yeah, I could see him holding, like, the U.S. title.
Yeah.
So I want them to keep him down longer to kind of get him set up.
And then we had... Talk about some main event talent here. Carmelo Hayes and Grayson Waller. I mean, just two absolute stars in the making.
Yeah.
Both of them are elite.
Yeah, but what more do you want? The dudes can go in the ring and And they're both talented and skilled in the ring, but they're that's really the best part.
Shout out to Christian Casanova, who's on the Northeast Wrestling.
Oh yeah, go Christian Casanova. Been seeing Carmelo Hayes for years. kind of on the Indies, Northeast Wrestling.
He was cool back then too. We saw him at I think we saw him in Danbury. Right?
Yeah, Danbury, Poughkeepsie, one of
those shows, and it was he was cool back then. It's cool seeing him, how far he's gotten now. But I mean, they had a really really good promo. Kind of taking some verbal shots back and forth. I think we'll get into it in the draft, but I think whoever doesn't win this match is probably going to get drafted.
Yeah.
I mean, WWE right now is lacking star power, and either one of these guys could, will you bring up like Braun and Grayson Waller, Braun and Carmelo Hayes, like either two out of those three guys can really juice up either show.
Exactly.
Grayson Waller to me seems more like a Smackdown guy though, and Braun seems like he'd be more of a Raw guy.
Yeah.
But that's just
we'll get into it. But I just think keep Grayson Waller and LA Knight on different shows unless they're going to work together. Like either have a program against each other or with each other as a team.
I mean, see, the only thing is as a team, not against each other, because I think they're both natural heels.
Yeah. And
I just think that I just don't think it would really gel well with them.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree. Keep it on opposite shows and let them both cook.
Yeah.
Which is it's not going to happen. It's what should happen.
Yeah.
But we all know the lot that runs this company.
Yeah, exactly.
And speaking of lots, I'm jumping in right to AEW, and I'm going to skip over right to the most important thing that we saw in AEW, and it wasn't the Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, Jungle Boy match for the number one contender.
No.
It was the fact that Chris Jericho, who we all support and love,
we're very big Jericho fans.
He's been having a feud the last couple weeks with Adam Cole, which is good. It's been good.
Yeah, it's going to be a great match.
But on the segment on Wednesday, Jericho had ended up getting Adam Cole tied up to the ropes with handcuffs, and Britt Baker comes out obviously, and during the scuffle, she comes out to try to help her man obviously.
It's like Emma.
Yeah. And we get, and then we get the Outcasts that come out. And I'm going to talk a little bit about Jericho Appreciation Society in a minute, but, we've overlooked the fact that Jericho started the JS like over a year ago. Mm-hmm. He had a great, we had Cool Hand Ange.
Matt.
We had Magic Matt. We had, most importantly, we had Jake Hager.
Oh, yeah.
And even Daniel Garcia, I can live with that.
Yeah.
But then he decided to, let's bring on Tay Conti. Let's bring on Sammy Guevara. Let's bring on Anna Jay. And, even at that point, I'm like, I could still look past it. I was starting to get a little concerned the last, even like 6-7 months now. Jericho has been kind of pushing the OGs aside and thinking of more like Sammy Guevara and Conti and stuff, which I'm like,
Or Hager brought Barber.
I know. Well, they were here too, and that's another issue.
Yeah, which is.
But now we're getting the Outcasts, Ruby Soho, Tony Storm, and Saraya, aka Paige, and this is the hill that he wants to die on.
Okay, Chris. You know what?
I just don't appreciate, and he did that. He did that segment months ago, with the Blackpool Combat Club, when they were kind of doing their verbal jabs back and forth. And Jericho told Daniel Bryan, you keep hanging out with this lot, with Moxley, Regal, Eddie Kingston, saying, you're going to be getting disco biscuits shoved down your throat.
That's one of my favorite lines of all time.
And he's talking about hanging out with that lot. Well, Chris,
who's he hanging out with?
Take your own advice.
Yeah.
Because now you're getting the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
Hanging out with the bottom of the barrel now. Mm-hmm. And you're pushing aside, and then you get you have Menard, Parker, Hager against the Acclaimed, and they were fighting on behalf of Jericho to get more guys and like good people to the JS.
Yeah,
and they've been very loyal to him, and I don't appreciate the way Jericho's been treating them.
Jake Hager, ride or die.
Yep.
Yeah, and unfortunately, because he wasn't there, the Acclaimed lost.
Yep.
The Acclaimed won.
And they're being treated as jokes.
Yep.
Which
I know it's kind of their character, but still, like, let's let them get a win.
I just don't.
You're telling me the Ass Boys can win the titles, but Menard and Parker can't?
I don't get it.
You know what? I'm gonna say it right now. I hope Adam Cole beats Jericho for this.
Yep. You want to hang out with that lot, Chris?
Little Adam Cole, baby.
The wannabe Heath Slater.
Yeah.
So we also had just a side note as well. Jay White had his first match against that Commander guy, and the only thing that Commander guy did some. I just want to know, like, I didn't really think too much of that match, but he did some cool stuff off the ropes.
Yeah, like he does things I didn't think were possible, like tightrope on the ring, or the ropes and all that, and
yeah.
Just some things noting. One, my homie Sean Spears was ranking the match and just kind of hanging out. Always love to see some Sean Spears. And I don't know, but when Juice Robinson went, Ricky! You know what? I'm in on Juice Robinson.
Yeah.
The dude's got charisma.
I just don't like his taste in women, but
No.
It's one fatal flaw.
Yeah. But yeah, so Jay White got a nice win.
We also had the TNT title match, which Powerhouse Hobbs held the title for like 2 weeks now and lost it to Wardlow again. So that title's like, it's just like a hot potato joke at this point. And the only good thing about this is we saw Christian come out with Luchasaurus.
Oh, yeah.
So it looks like we're gonna be getting a Luchasaurus and Wardlow feud, and Luchasaurus better win.
Hopefully this trend continues where someone holds it for 2 weeks and then.
But then drops it to Lucha and hopefully he'll out to longer than 2 weeks. Yeah. But that's this is a joke. I don't understand.
What is it, the All Atlantic title now or whatever it is, or the International
with Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, that title's a lot more prestigious right now. Like a lot more prestigious than that. Then we got the Elite and Blackpool Combat Club, segment again, which is definitely leading to some kind of, blood and guts match, or I heard like the Anarchy in the arena where they fight like an empty arena.
And then it looks like we're gonna be getting Take a Shitta.
Yep, good old Mr. Takashi Take a Shitta. It's actually so, like, when MJF said that, it kind of just stuck with us when he came up with that one. I've also kind of read that it could be a swerve, because Mr. Takeshita, Take a Shitta, was with Daniel Bryan like a month ago. So it could be like a swerve, and then he joins with the Blackpool Combat Club. Yeah. And then we get Adam Page and maybe one more person.
Yeah, but that match is gonna be whatever kind of match they do, whenever they do it, that match is gonna be fun. Because these guys are gonna beat the crap out of each other.
Yeah. Like, that would actually be a good, like, Anarchy in the Arena match where they're just, like, fighting all over the arena. Like, I remember when like, Matt Hardy hit Sammy Guevara with, like, a golf cart. And I'm like, alright, like...
And then we had the main event, which was Sammy Guevara and Jungle Boy. The winner of this match is going to be facing Darby Allin, and the winner of that match faces MJF at Double or Nothing. Mm-hmm. And the match itself was actually really, really good.
Yeah, it was.
It's just the ending. I guess before the match, I think MJF and Sammy kind of had like a little pact.
Yeah.
And MJF ended up hitting Jungle Boy, with his brass ring. He got counted out and Sammy won. So the ending was stupid, and you know now that this means that Darby Allin's gonna win. Yeah. Because you're not having Sammy Guevara and MJF in a title match when they've just been colluding with each other.
No, yeah.
So it's not gonna make any sense. So it looks like we're probably gonna be getting Darby Allin versus MJF, which is not inspiring at all. I love MJF, but Darby Allin, nah.
Yeah. He's actually,
it's not.
No.
I mean, luckily, I think we have. I think we're going to probably go to an NXT show that same night, anyways.
Yeah, the whole battleground. That's
so we don't have to bother and worry about watching that at this point.
Yeah,
anyways.
exactly.
So, we'll watch the highlights.
We'll definitely kind of keep up on it, but a solid main event. Like, I never knew someone could do like a Spanish fly to the outside off the apron. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. No, like I don't like Sammy Guevara, but Dude that can actually work though. Yeah. He does some cool stuff. He puts on banger matches. I just wish he wouldn't talk.
Yeah. Yeah, but him and Jungle Boy put on just a great match, so it was fun. And just one more note, on Rampage, Jeff Hardy kind of saying he's retiring from doing basically doing dumb things and like kind of ruining his career. I'm really hopeful Jeff's gonna be good, and then we get we get a good swan song, pun intended, for Jeff.
And we talked about that already, but that, the Hardy compound is going to be so awesome.
Oh.
And I really hope, and I know Jeff alluded to it, like you just said, but I really hope that, Jeff stays clean. And because, like I said, it's great. It was great to see him again.
Yeah.
And I really hope for his own sake and his family and stuff that he really is straightened up at this point.
Yeah, I mean, listen, generations, like we grew up with Jeff Hardy. Generations after us have grown up watching, the Hardys. So, they're an important tag team to people. So, let's hope Jeff can, be good. I think, I'm hoping so.
And last thing, shout out to Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal, and Mr. Sanjay Dutt.
And Santam
Singh on a win. So on Rampage, they got a win too. So
always good.
We love seeing Mr. JEFFJARRETT.
Oh, always. I mean, you talk about someone who's an old gold. we can be here for hours though. We start getting into that 4 because there might not be a better 4.
See, that's a lot. If you're going to hang out with a lot, that's a lot.
Yeah. I mean, come on, you have the Last Outlaw, good old Jay Lethal, Santam Singh, and then Sanjay Dutt. Like that's
you want to recruit some guys for the JAS. Those are guys you recruit.
There's not a better 4-person stable out there right now.
All right.
What do you say?
I said everything I needed to say. You
good? Same here, yep. All right, guys. So definitely make sure you're tuning in. We're going to be putting out our mock draft soon, as well as some of our draft coverage. Also, next week we're not going to have. Our schedule's going to be a little wonky, so we're not going to have as many. We might not have as many YouTube videos or podcasts.
We'll probably just have maybe one podcast out next week and try to put out a couple shorts.
Yeah, definitely. So. Yeah, this week definitely be focused on the YouTube shorts, TikToks, Instagram Reels. We'll definitely do some of our reactions kind of in short form there.
But the following week after that, we should be right back to normal schedule. So. We will, and then we'll have I think the following week we have Backlash. So we'll get into our Backlash preview, which we've already kind of discussed. So,
and as always, make sure to follow us on TikTok, Twitter, YouTube Shorts, Instagram, Tappin Out Show.
If you want to send us an email, tappinoutshow@gmail.com. Any quizzes, random pay-per-views, Raw, Smackdowns you want us to review, definitely let us know.
We actually got an email this morning. Asking us to play GM mode, which we've been playing GM mode a little bit, but we will.
Yeah, we're gonna start recording it, and we'll definitely post that on YouTube. So
yeah, definitely.
Just gotta give us a couple weeks, but we will get that going.
Yeah, for sure. We will jump on that. All right. Thank you guys for listening.
What do you say? Let's get out of here.
Bye, guys.